Back here at the 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio Quad Rugby going on. Now we have the black team taking on the gold team as we are just underway. Again, I'm Michael Carrasino. Thanks for joining us here on wheelchairgames.org. Got the eyes in the sky. As our hard-working newbie, Mike Danik, hanging out with me too. And we will be joined in a little bit by Chris Hall. We saw him in the last game, Team Red. Fell a little bit short, 51-42 is the final, as now we go to the gold team, who we see number 13 out there. We'll get to the lineups. I'll get to the lineups, but number 13, Ryan Lindstrom, you know, he was in the Navy. And also on the court is a number 3. Saw the hit right there, Michael Luckett, his 4th games. Also out of the Army. First time playing rugby, though, for Michael Luckett. Also number 12 on the court, Michael Montherville, his third time at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games out of the Army. He's number 12. And we also have number 4, Brett Smith. 3rd games and a Marine. So that's the gold lineup. And for the team 4, the black team, number 2. Right there we see Noah Courier, his 5th games. He's a Marine. And number 4 right there, Ryan Major, his 2nd out of the Army. You see Major breaking away, his team down 2-0, and now he cuts the lead in half, making it 2-1 as Major gets the goal. Also on the floor, number 5, Jose Ortiz Pizarro, his 29th games out of the Army in aviation. And also number 13, I'm happy he's out there first, Sua. And he's going to have a nickname after this. I should have preceded it by that. But number 13, Sua Tui Maleali Fano. So we're just going to go Sua Tui or Sua T. Go either one. But he is out of the Army. But man, that is, yeah, Sua Tui Maleali Fano. But 3-1 is the score now, and I want to say the goal team is the home team, as we see Ryan Lindstrom there trying to make a move. Can he get inside the cone? Oh, what a move there by Lindstrom, and that makes it 4-1. So the goal team, as you see, is the home team. Sorry, I should have told you that before, but you guys are smart. You're figuring it out here on wheelchairgames.org. I want to thank P&G, Procter & Gamble, for being a sponsor of the Quad Rugby, and also brought to you in part by GE General Electric. Again, making sure we can keep these games going. And they are a proud sponsor of the Quad Rugby. So Team Gold leading over Team Black, 4-1 early on. And like I said, we'll have Chris Hall joining us shortly. I can hopefully get a chance to ask him about his battle with Jesse Graham in the first game. At 4-1 the scores. We see, again, Team Gold up. So 4-1 the score. So it makes it 5-1 now. Gold team leading. as Ryan Majors now with the ball for Team Black. Ooh, oh, it's a dribble. Ooh, and he gets bumped, and it'll be a turnover. Nice play there by Michael Luckett for Team Gold. And Luckett, first time playing rugby. We have a few first-timers. Jay Holt also for Team Black, not in the game yet. It's his first time. So 5-1 the score as Gold inbounds as Brett Smith, number 4, in the game. The score again, and just to see the strategy it takes. I mean, you have your pickers in the point system again, like Ryan Lindstrom talked about. I mean, 3, you have the most functionality possible being, you know, in the wheelchair, hands, arms, he's saying shoulders, biceps, triceps, and again, you have to have a good mix there. As Ryan Majors with the ball now and trying to get to the outside, a little too far, and somebody went across the end line.
Okay, I got goal number 3.
Goal and penalty actually on that is goal number 3, and Michael Luckett will be in the penalty box. So he's got 1 minute, again 40-second shot clock, so, or it's either by goal. It's either by if a goal is scored, just like hockey being on a power play. Oh. Well, now he's still 5-1, but now he's back on the floor. And nice inbound there by number 4, Brett Smith. Oh, and the ball gets knocked away, and it will be a throw-in again. Well, now it'll be for the black team, and that is number 2, Noah Courier, as he inbounds it to Ryan Major. Again, you'll see, as you see, you said the strategy, as Major tries to get inside, gets cut off by Ryan Lindstrom. And possession will remain with Team Black as Ryan Major gives Lindstrom a little bump from behind, saying, "How you doing? I need my spot." As Courier for Team Black will inbound again, this time on the near side. But like I was saying, just as you watch the matchups, watch what they do. Again, as we see Suati going down the court. Tui Malea Liifano. Again. I have him say it to me a few times because, as you fans know out there, Kira Tenuto, my last name gets butchered quite a bit, or in the past has. Again, another solid crowd here for the rugby as everybody's circling around, and we have a mascot in the house. I didn't know Mike Danek was pulling double duty. Wow, man, I didn't know he could be in 2 spots at once. Mike Danek, the mascot, and it is perfect. There's 2 of them. There's 4 of them. Oh, we even got Mr. Red here from the Cincinnati Reds. We have the Cincinnati Bengal, which you're definitely not. We have the Reds ones, and the Porky Pig over there, which... Oh, Mike Danek's going to beat me up later. He can't defend himself. But 5-2 the score as Gold team leading over Team Black. And Courier will inbound for Team Black. So taking the time out there was Ryan Major talking to his teammate, Jay Holt. Again, his first time playing in the rugby, but fifth Veterans Wheelchair Games for Mr. Holt. And it's inbounded 2. Jay Holt gets it, now trying to get across half court, and he does just that, a little bit of traffic, and then he gets it ahead to Ryan Major, who's gonna spin around real quick, and he get cut off. Oh, nice move, tries to split the defense. Oh, and the pass goes just behind Holt. Holt trying to pick it up before it goes out of bounds. And, well, it was saved by the goal team. That was number 4, Brett Smith, and it goes right back to Holt. And now handing it off to Doug Cornwell. 11th game's a Marine. And you see the Pickers, well, doing their job as Ryan Major has it now as they're defending the goal line and trying to see if they can keep him out. Oh, no, traffic jam is there. And he ends up throwing it out, and Ryan Major is still talking to Jay Holt, letting him know where he needs to go. Again, taking a little bit of time. We heard Ryan Lindstrom talking about from your first time on the court to being more experienced. It's one of those things as we see flying back down is Michael Montreville for the goal team, as now we get a substitution. Checking in for Team Black, that is 00, Alonzo Burnett, his 21st games out of the Navy, as that is sent down court. And goal trying to run it down, and able to run it down right there is number 4, Brett Smith, takes it across the line for the goal, and now they are up 6-2. As Burnett will inbound now. Puts it over to Ryan Major. And Major sends it over to Cornwell. Well, they did a good job there, the goal team, of pinning Ryan Major. So he calls a timeout to gather his team again. Just go over a little more strategy, trying to see what they can get in. Again, having to play the 10 minutes like we were talking about in the last match. Everybody has to play, so you want to see when you get your substitutions in and go from there. But the goal team staying on the court, just meeting right there. Again, fans, Quad Rugby here at the 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, brought to you in part by General Electric. GE doing a great job of supporting the games and supporting this awesome, awesome event, Quad Rugby. Again, so much strategy goes in. It literally is like chess on a court. You can say, oh, every sport or game is a chess match. Well, this one, again, just knowing how to pin somebody and when and where to go and who you're using. Also, General Electric helping out with that, but Procter & Gamble, P&G, bringing you Quad Rugby. And again, right here in Cincinnati, Procter & Gamble is located, so they definitely wanted to get on board, having it be in their own backyard, as now the teams start to come back onto the court. As the timeout is over. Oh, it'll be inbound here on the near side of the court by, that is 00 for Team Black, Alonzo Burnett. All right, now everybody's on the court, getting set to go. Officials have everything set, as Ryan Major now has it. And he'll easily get it across half court. As well, getting his teammates set up in front of him, trying to see if he can maneuver his way in inside the cone, but oh, ends up losing the ball and it goes out. But it will remain with Team Black, as Burnett will go over to inbound it. In 37 years, the Veterans Wheelchair Games have been going on. And, oh. Okay, well, there's an issue with the scoreboard, so they decided the one is not working, and now we cannot, unfortunately, see the score. So it was 6-2. I will do my best to keep up with it, but oh, well. As Major with the ball. Oh, nice bounce pass back and forth, as that was Doug Cornwell, as Major gets across. And yes, now it is back up 6-3 to score. The gold team leading over the black, and now it'll be inbounded, as you see there, by number 4, Brett Smith. Smith gets it to Ryan Lindstrom. I know Steve's still watching, so what's up, Steve? I just can't see your text. And look at that, Ryan gets the picks that he needs and coasts past the end line, putting the gold team back up by 4, 7-3. Now Ryan Major trying to get across half court. Ooh, got to get across in 12 seconds. Gets tied up, forces his way, and he calls a timeout. As all his team going down court. And again, like we talked about with the numbers, the ratings, 3 being having the most functionality. So from 3 down to 0.50. But the higher the number, the more functionality. And so after calling the timeout, well, the officials now meeting on the other side of the court. And so, well, he called the timeout, and I thought, I guess, well, Team Gold now coming back up. And it's inbounded, and there is Ryan Lindstrom, and look at that. Well, again, getting away from everybody, and he'll put his team back up by 5, making it 8-3. 2:04 left to go in the first quarter. Again, 8-minute quarters. So we'll have halftime, and hopefully Mikey D can get out of his mascot costume and get back over here for the second half. Oh, and look at that. Ryan Major gets the outlet pass, and getting bumped a little bit, but stays inside the cone. And now they cut the lead in half, making it 8-4. With 1:50 left to go. As Ryan Major tried to cut Ryan Lindstrom off. Ooh, a little bump there as Lindstrom will send Jay Holt away, and Lindstrom will get the goal. It's at 9-4 with 1:43 left to go here in the first. Again, beautiful day here in Cincinnati. Other great events going on as well. We have quad rugby going on today, along with air rifle was going on, field events as well, power soccer, quad rugby, and table tennis will be getting on later today, along with the slalom, and we have some basketball games at 8 o'clock tonight as well. So if you're in the area, again, it's free. Come down, check it out to the Duke Energy Convention Center here in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Come on down, check it out. Free to get in. Again, these vets, just awesome that they have these games. So awesome to be a part of it as we see Lindstrom go across the line again, making it 10-4, or 11-4, sorry, on the turnover there in favor of the gold team. And the pass comes down, and Ryan Major, has to wait for it, but he's able to get out of that little traffic jam as he's headed down towards the goal line, and he'll get across. getting his team back to within 6. Nice job there by Major. Again, inbounding, and now they're, well, somebody has to go and inbound it from the goal team. And the 10-second clock already starting. And now, well, inbounded really quick from Smith to Lindstrom. Goes far ahead, and look at that, trying to chase it down is Michael Luckett. Oh, he can't pick it up, but he knocks it back to his teammate. And look at that, sets a nice little pick for him. Ooh, unable to, well, now the ball's stuck. And, yep, gonna call, I just say a held ball because it's trapped in the chair. You see, between the base there and the wheel. Substitutions coming in now for Team Black. We have number 1, that's Douglas Pratt. His first games out of the Air Force, number 1 for Black, and also number 3, Doug Cornwell, back in. Oh, and trying to make a move. Get the pass down low. That was Brett Smith, but Lindstrom just couldn't get on the ball. Now, well, bouncing around, and it goes out. It will be Team Black's ball. 2.5 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 11-5, the gold team leading though. And we'll see if Team Black can get something down court. Oh, it bounces! And, oh, wow, with half a second left on the turnover, Ryan Lindstrom reads it perfectly, puts his team up 12-5. And that will be the end of the first. 12-5 the score. Again, the quad rugby here at the 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, brought to us in part by General Electric, GE, proud supporter of quad rugby, and right here in their own backyard, Procter & Gamble, P&G, making sure we can bring you quad rugby. We'll step aside real quick when we get back on the second quarter between Team Black and Team Gold. Team Gold leading right now 12-5. right, back here to start the second quarter. 8-minute quarters, 12-5. The gold team leading here in quad rugby. And, man, look at this. He just couldn't stay away. All the abuse he took. Sean Castle back hanging out with us. Playing a little hoops yesterday. You guys, you're off today, right?
No, we played tonight at 6:30.
Yeah,
After rugby, they'll clear and put the hoops back up.
Yeah, exactly. So I might not. Well, you know, I mean, I might have to go get some food because these guys never invite me anywhere. Like Danica hanging out, went and got pizza yesterday. Didn't even let me know when they went and got lunch. But I mean, it's cool. You know, we're friends.
It's cool.
We're all hanging out. But Brandon and Arturo to blame as well. But Mike's just in crossfire.
I got tonight after the games. I got you for dinner. Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
See, you guys aren't invited. Thank you. Sean and I are going to hang out. Those three aren't invited. But yeah, no, I mean, the rugby, it's just. I mean, you hear it's funny because I was talking to Ryan Lindstrom and he was getting a good crack up about how we were teasing you about the whole War Eagle thing. But he said that yesterday was his first time playing basketball.
Yeah.
He's been doing rugby for years, and he said that so many times guys are coming down. He's like, "Oh my God, I could light you up." Because in rugby, as you know, little strategy. He explained a lot to me. Obviously, you know, the rating system like you told me yesterday. I mean, they split the teams up like that as well too. And actually, we have some first-time rugby players. Yeah,
which is great to see. And you've got great guys out here: Ryan Major, Ryan Lindstrom. You know, guys who know the game mixed with novices, kind of like basketball. And it's a great opportunity for the young novice players to get in there, and just like Ryan right now, trying to get in to get an opportunity to play with these players. And that's what the games are all about. So.
Well, we're also going to test your, you know, because you did not pick on the Cronkite school. Oh, and look at Ryan Major going through
there
traffic.
There it is,
there. I must have heard you talking about him. Cuts the lead in half, making it 12-6. But yeah, you're picking on me out the Cronkite school. I will not make you say Sua's last name.
Sua Lavi.
No, his last name.
Oh, Tumala Eleafano.
See,
Tumala Eleafano. There we go. See that? One try. Got it done.
Oh, yeah, well, you were almost
Sue, if Sue or his family are watching, my sincerest apologies for butchering your name.
I had to have him say it 3 times.
He's a great guy. Sue is definitely a wonderful guy.
Yeah, it's Tui Maleali Fano, but he just said say Tui. I said I'm going to say it right twice. And then after that, you're getting a nickname because that is not fitting on a driver's license. Which is awesome. Just having the last name of Kara Tenuto, I appreciate that. Mine's a lot easier.
You know, you're one of the people who have to have it on the front and the back of the license. So
So on the court for the gold team, we have number 4, Brett Smith, still on the court, along with Ryan Lindstrom, number 13. Number 11 in the game is Paul Mann. This is his 10th time to the Veterans Games out of the Army. And also number 2, Travis Oldhauser out of the Army as well, his 3rd game. So that's who's on the court for the gold team. As Lindstrom bringing it up for the black team, number 4, Ryan Major. We see him right there. Ooh, and the pass goes up there to number 4, Brett Smith. And the gold team now up 14-6. But for the black team, Ryan Major, number 4. Number 5 in the game is Jose Ortiz Pizarro, 29th games for him.
Wow.
Out of also in the Army, did aviation, he said. 00 we see there. Alonzo Burnett, his 21st games out of the Navy. And number 1, Douglas Pratt, his first, I want to say first time he said playing, was it first time playing rugby? First games, but number 1 with the ball right there out of the Air Force as well. So a little traffic jam there. And
over and back,
over and back for Kenby. Nice defense there by Brett Smith. So, yeah, I mean, the biggest difference from basketball is the contact. And like you said, having a guy locked up, you want to keep their main player locked up. And
if you're black, what you're trying to focus in right now is Ryan Lindstrom. You know, you've got a lot of good players on the court with him, but Ryan is a USA level player. He is an international player, and he's the one that's going to make this team go. So if I'm black, and as you see, they're doubling down on him already. He's got the ball, but the strategy's got to be lock him in a corner, let him get loose. Because if you do, there you go. You know, he can make that pass right there, and it's game over. So.
And that was Brett Smith, his teammate, making the most of that. So 15-6 is inbounding the ball is Noah Courier.
Now, I'm not sure if you've talked about Noah at all before, but Noah is actually the founder of Oscar Mike, which is a big apparel clothing company that is a veteran-owned, veteran-based.
Before the game. Yeah.
He is. He owns Oscar Mike. I'm actually wearing one of his T-shirts right now. Oscar Mike, the Oscar Mike Foundation, who does a lot of work with veterans, but his a portion of all his sales go to veterans charities, the PVA, DAV, all the organizations, and they themselves, Oscar Mike, have done a lot driving the company to be able to give back to veterans. So Noah, his friend Jose, who's around here, and Ryan is part of it, and a few other. Ryan Major is part of Oscar Mike, and there's another gentleman running around here somewhere who's also play quad rugby who's part of it, but he's big in the veterans world. You know, Oscar Mike is now in Dick's clothing stores and Sport Aid in Alabama and a few other big major companies, and you can find it at OscarMike.com. All their clothes.
What's the name? What's the meaning of behind the Oscar Mike?
Oscar Mike is, in military jargon, if you say I'm Oscar Mike, it means I'm on the move.
Okay,
so Oscar
gotcha.
Mike is continuing to keep veterans on the move after injury. So that's the big thing. And again, anybody's watching and listening to this, go check out OscarMike.com. They got a PVA section. I'm wearing one of their awesome shirts right now. The distress flag, which I absolutely love. Big shout out again to Oscar Mike and Noah for taking care of vets and looking back and getting this started. It's a great thing, veteran-owned business. And
playing rugby, he is on the move. Is definitely
absolutely
one of those.
yeah.
Phenomenal.
Well, they do a lot of rugby They do a lot of rugby camps. Oscar Mike themselves actually has a team that's traveled to Colombia a few times to do international friendlies with their teams down there to help them bring the level up. So they're doing not just for veterans, T-shirts and that type of stuff, but they're doing to expand adaptive athletics around the world. They're doing a wonderful job. I was actually trying to talk to him about bringing a team the Oscar Mike team to Mexico with Jeff DeLeon that we were talking about.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
so that's something that might be in the works here pretty soon.
Well, if you need a luggage carrier, I mean, I know you can get. And no, my friend and I for years have been trying to start a professional luggage carrying business, Sean, because here's the thing. People, when you go on vacation, your muscles need to be relaxed. So you can get help at the airport and go in and out, but what about when you're walking around? You don't want to carry stuff.
Well,
so that's our thing. I can professionally offer the professional carrying of the luggage and maybe throw in a little play-by-play.
Well, that makes a great idea, except in the wheelchair world, we kind of already have laps we put our stuff on. So our laps aren't getting tired. I can't feel my legs. They're not going to get any more.
I understand that, but you still need somebody to help you. I speak Spanish, too. I can translate.
You speak Spanish? Well, you got a job, except I'm going to France. So,
yeah, well, I got family in Italy.
Parlez-vous français, if you can do that.
Yeah,
we spoke as much French as either of us know right now. So.
I would say je t'aime to our listeners.
Udu toi, kat sing. That's all I know. That's 1 to 5 in French. That's what I got.
There you go. Well, I mean, Italy's close to France. If you want to hang out with my peeps.
Hey, you let me know where they are. I'll make a trip on down.
But see, that would go to the. I know but you can't stack suitcase upon suitcase on your lap. I'm sorry.
I've done it.
Well, but
basketball
you need somebody,
chair, huge suitcases, all that stuff.
You just don't need to shoot down my company. You're being a party pooper as we get another goal there by the goal team again. Number 4, Brett Smith, the benefactor of the double teams that you're talking about, but the passes as well. Yeah,
and that's the thing is Ryan. He is a very physical player. He doesn't quite have the speed that some of the top level guys, but what he does is have court vision. He can make those passes into tight windows just like it's wheelchair basketball. Like last night, you were talking about making those snap passes, and Ryan can do that with precision, and that's what makes him deadly. Even when they're double him, he can see 2 or 3 guys just run in the lane and just hit that pass.
Well, 4-on-4, again, even more space on the court. You overstate the obvious, but 5-on-5, but again, you don't want to get in front of it. Oh, and it goes long.
Oh, and there it is.
Here's Jay Holt.
Ryan's coming up. He may get the hit here.
Man.
Great defense by Ryan. Ryan Major doing work.
Yes, cuts off the goal. But he gets stopped there. Nice heads-up play by Travis Oldhauser. And that makes it 18-6 now. Gold in control. 4:18 left to go here in the second quarter. And I don't understand why that happened there. There was a turnover.
I'm not quite sure. I know that they have Ryan locked in place right now is what they're trying to make sure that Ryan Major, who's again the biggest threat on black, and Noah, who can do a real good push here, but
coming back for it is Doug Pratt.
And see, even though it's 2-on-1, Ryan Lindstrom is good enough to get back to make this stop. See, and then he can let his teammates come back up. Perfect. Yeah.
And he knocked the ball away.
Yeah, I mean.
And gets possession.
Yeah. And now, if you watch, they're triple teaming, so all he's got to do is toss it up and boom.
They have up front, all the way up front is Paul Mann.
There it is. Yep. Good hands,
takes
Ryan.
It away. Oh, Ryan Major stops. 19-6 the score. Goal team leading. as now Ryan Major gets away, and he'll get the 7th point for his team.
And what's really impressive about Ryan Major, who just scored that goal, is Ryan, I'm not sure if you've talked to him at all yet, but Ryan
I did talk to him a little bit.
Yeah, he's missing multiple fingers on both of his hands, which makes it even harder to push. So think about what he's able to do in that chair with 2 or 3 fingers on either hand. You know, that it's unbelievable. He's, you know, a double amp, and again, he's missing those fingers. So imagine if you're out there watching and listening, imagine just pushing around in just a hospital chair and missing part of both of your hands, how hard that is to do.
Yeah.
And then watch what he can do in a chair. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he actually was going to, because, well, you know, Ryan Lindstrom, you know, was a little late getting to the bride. Well, not like you, it was early. I mean, we were teasing. No, I'm just kidding. No, he got here, and but Ryan Major was actually, he was here. He's like, I'll do it if he's not here. But you had to look at his face like, I really hope he gets here.
No, he's a great guy. He is, you know, an absolute true hero in every sense of the word, you know. Just did the Warrior Games and everything, so he's a big guy in this world, and he's an up-and-comer for USA level, you know, level competition here pretty soon.
Well, that goal makes it 21-7. Yeah, and there was I think it was Joel Rodriguez last game, who basically was a one, but Ryan was explaining how he has basically it's his shoulders and his bicep that he's basically pushing with, because doesn't really have use of his triceps. Yeah. And I was like, but just to see him move around and effectively and scored a few, and he's getting it. I mean, it's like anything, I guess, when you get used to it. Him and I are talking about, but I go straight. But I told him I definitely want to get out there with David and Mike and them, so I can just slam them around. I don't want to score. I just want to. Well, I do want to. I would love to get a goal, but I would love to like just plow through them and get the goal.
Now here's the other thing, and you're talking about getting out there and just hitting each other. If you look at the chairs, and I'm sure Ryan explained some of it, these things are affectionately known as the tanks, because they're built to take they're built to take the hit.
It's a little circle, big circle, and he said for turning, he goes, so you can turn sometimes faster, but you can't go straight forward. So it's got to be that perfect balance of physics.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that contact, most people see that and go, oh my God, that's brutal. Even in basketball, they go, oh my God, that's brutal, but much more in wheelchair rugby. And in all actuality, they are built so the frame takes the hit. Yeah. So your body gets jarred, but you're not really going, oh my God.
You missed some hits in the first game, kid.
Oh, no, I've seen some, trust me. Yeah, I've seen some.
Mason Simmons was going head up with Scrappy Smith.
Mace,
and they braced for the hit, and he lost it, and a few guys went down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was I mean, I know you had that last night, but when they're coming in, it's
a different world. Yeah. And then Mace is another one. Again, I'm not sure if Ryan talked about it. Mace is another USA level player. Right? Yeah, he's on their he's on their developmental squad. He's about to hit the the high level and hopefully hit 2020 when he goes to Tokyo. But I've been fortunate enough to play wheelchair basketball and practice wheelchair basketball at the Lakeshore Foundation in Birmingham, which is the home of wheelchair rugby. So I get to see those guys play all the time. And I'm telling you right now, it is a.
Why aren't you out there? Come on, man, get out there.
I'm not a quad. And the way, with wheelchair rugby, to be able to play high-level wheelchair rugby, you have to be a quadriplegic. It's one of the requirements of the game. So, like wheelchair basketball, para or quad can play, but with rugby, you have to be a quadriplegic for multiple reasons. But I always joke and say, well, I'm a para, and I don't want to get out there and take one of those hits and become a quad. So, so I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit gun-shy on wanting to even try it. So.
And the penalty box there, if I mentioned, was number 2. That was Travis Oldhauser, but now with the goal, he's back on. So, yeah, it's like the power play. They're either in there for a minute, which Ryan did teach me. I did not know that one. They're in there for a full minute, or if somebody scores.
Yeah. If there's a score, they come back out immediately. A little different than hockey and, and
hockey's
soccer.
The same way in the power play, because if you score on the power play, guy's out.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
My purified water is here. Yes. Yeah, he couldn't stay away. And, by the way, Ryan's going to set up so we can all get out there, and I can plow through you and Mike, or you guys can plow through me. Or me and you can team up on the new guy. David Hiles here rocking with us.
We need to live stream that. That's what we need to live stream.
Well, I mean, we could. That would be, my friends would love to see you guys, one of you guys. Whoa. Ryan.
I was about to say,
come out there?
Oh, no, I already told you. I'm a little gun-shy.
But if I'm out there, I don't know what I'm doing. You'll be better off than me.
Probably not. I'm not going to
lie. All right. Well, I'm trying to get
that's
Mr.
not
Castle
happening.
out there, who doesn't even watch one of the coolest mystery shows ever.
We talked about this. No residuals, no view. That's the way it goes.
Well, I mean, if you were the author, they were basing it off of you. Oh, look at this.
Again, that's the matchup. Ryan versus Ryan. That's the matchup of 2 international level players right there.
Well, 22-9 the score, and yeah, Ryan Major trying to turn out, but just couldn't get in front of him enough. And there's some rivalries that go on. We had it in the first game between Chris Hall and Jesse Graham, who I guess Chris Hall posted a few weeks ago. He didn't like how Graham at the goal line nudged him. He went down, and yeah, he hit him right away first. And but yeah, pretty much the rest of the game. But no, it was a great played game. And now the ball pops out. He's throwing it up in the air. And get there. Oh, nice grab. Oh, that was number 11, Jay Holt, still bouncing around, and will end up out on the near side of the court.
And that was right there. That was just Ryan doing work. That was Ryan doing work to get back on defense, to shut that down, and then quickly dislodging the ball. You know, that's the other thing is, you know, it seems at first view like this could be not a slower game, but a game that's a lot more strategic.
Right.
But when you start watching it, my God, the speed that goes into this, and that's you know, what causes it.
Well, and Ryan was talking about that too, like difference between East Coast and West Coast. Like West Coast, literally, he goes, they just want to run. It's like speed. It's not as much as you see like the pickers, like picking, locking guys up, as we see the black team score right there. Nice pass, and Jay Holt takes it across the line, making it 22-10. But he said, yeah, on the West Coast, they want to get out and run more. East Coast, more so of setting the pick, slowing it down, the passing. He goes, not that they're not good passes there, but it's just a different concept. And, well, look at this. And, man, he has had a heck of a half, has Brett Smith.
Yeah, if you watched right there with Ryan Major, as he's coming up on his right, he gets in his blind spot behind him because they don't have the huge turn radius that we do in wheelchair basketball. So he couldn't get his upper body around quick enough to actually see that he was coming. And by the time he saw him in his peripheral, he was already gone. So.
Oh, comes out. It'll be gold ball. And oh, yeah, Ryan, his buddy Steve that he actually plays with back in Tampa in their club team. Steve was texting back and forth, and he was saying he has to carry Ryan all the time, and you know, it was nice banter going on.
See, you know what, though? That may not be banter. That may be the truth.
Well, he said picker. Well, Steve is one of the pickers on the team, and he goes, well, you know, if it wasn't, he goes, pickers are the best and the smartest. And I go, I wonder who plays that position after sending that message.
Well, it's like in wheelchair basketball. You've got our class ones who normally do all the picking, you know, the screening, who do the dirty work in the game.
Exactly.
They're the ones who do the dirty work. So, and they don't get the attention because they're not, you know, putting up the points. But they are the ones who do the work. So especially even in this sport, the lower class ones are the ones doing the work.
Oh, he's smiling. He gets called for a foul. He disagreed with a few in the first game, and I said, weird. Those of us that played disagree with the official. It's a foul call. So he's in the. He just couldn't stay away from the broadcast table.
Come over and say hi. What's going on, Ryan?
Hey, remember we were talking about that breather thing?
Yeah,
that breather.
Strategic.
I go, do some guys might take penalties? You know, it's a minute, and they'll use up usually the whole shot clock because, you know, you can take your time.
Yeah.
You have the man advantage, and you know, maybe use up a little time. Now, I don't know if they will, but oh well, it goes out. So, final minute here of the half, 24-10. Goal team leading.
Push on, Burn. Go,
and they have 12 seconds, like Ryan did teach me, to get it across. You have 10 seconds to inbound, and then once you get it in, you have another 12 to get across half court. But he said opposite of basketball, like you were saying, because of the energy and everything, a lot more pressing will go on in the rugby. So it's one of those things. You see the different strategies, but I think, you know, with the way you played hoops, the way you shot, you could just kind of hang out, inbound it, and throw it down. You could send everybody deep. You wouldn't even have to take any hits, Sean.
You know, I've actually had USA coaches come up to me and go, you know, Sean, we got to ask you, is there any loss of feeling in either your hand? Are they working a little bit funny on you? We could get you as a quad. I'm like, no, I'm good. I've seen what happens.
They're trying to pigeonhole you. I'm trying to loophole you.
Exactly. I was like, no, I've seen what happens. I'll stick to basketball. I'm good.
Relax.
Plus, you know, me and Ryan, both of the Ryans have banter going back and forth. And I don't want to give them the opportunity to lay me out on one of these courts. So.
Yeah, you know, they'd probably be nice like the first game. Like, oh, yeah, you're good. And then by the third game, forget it.
Tearing you up.
Forget it. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I said I do not. I go, I would get out there with you, but it'd be. He goes, you know, you have full use. Once you get used to it, he goes, you see how fast you go. I go, yeah, and I'd still get plowed.
Yeah, you get destroyed. Yep.
Oh. Going across for the goal, 2 seconds left on the proverbial shot clock there. And that makes it 25-10 with 22 seconds left to go.
Just having him a game.
I mean, Brett Smith has, we'll get the turnover there. 20 seconds to see maybe if they can get one more. As Ryan Lindstrom taking that breather. His team's a man down, but
Yeah.
got the penalty. Oh, and that was Sua T.
What time did I come in? 1 minute exactly. Oh.
So he gets 1 minute exactly, and he will get the last minute of the half off. So, and his team leading, and with 1 second left, and that will do it as that ends the first half. 25-10. Wow, big lead for the Gold. We'll see Team Black has in store at halftime. Well, the Quad Rugby here at the 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, brought to us in part by General Electric. GE doing a great job making sure we can bring Quad Rugby to you and supporting the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, along with Procter & Gamble P&G. They're right here in the Queen City of Cincinnati, and they are, again, big supporters and helping us bring you the Quad Rugby. We hope you're enjoying it here on wheelchairgames.org. Sean, kind enough to step in. We're going to step aside, and when we get back, we'll have the second half between Team Gold and Team Black. Quad Rugby here at the 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Brought to you in part by our friends at General Electric, GE, proud sponsor of Quad Rugby and the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, and Procter & Gamble right here in Kansas City as well, P&G. And we are happy they could bring us help. They could help us bring you part of Quad Rugby. And he's a basketball player, man of many talents. Sean Castle, I actually got compliments from him, so it's really weird after yesterday, you know, our little debate back and forth. But 25-10. So, I know, all right, like you said, I mean, you're playing basketball, you get it. But, you know, for Team Black, obviously, you know that the time making substitutions, like Ryan talked about, is a huge thing of you got to pick and choose because everybody's playing, has to play the 10 minutes. But for Team Black, what are you looking at adjustment-wise? What they would need to do is Gold gets a quick goal there and if makes it 26-10.
If you're Team Black, you have to stop exactly what just happened. If you're watching, you saw what just happened. Ryan got open, and they just let him plow through. If you've got Ryan Lindstrom out there on his own, or even if he's doubled, you have to find a way to get hands in his face if you're doubling him to keep him from making that pass. And if you're doing one-on-one, get your chair in front of him and stop him.
Ooh. And Ryan Major had a break there. And Douglas Pratt tried to make the pass. So you have Major and Pratt on the court for Team Black, along with Alonzo Burnett. And why am I not? Oh, number 3. I'm like, they have to have 4 out there. Nobody's in the penalty box. And that is number 3, Doug Cornwell. For Team Gold, we have number 10, Sheldon Lane. Also, number 13 is Ryan Lindstrom, who's out there. Number 11 is Paul Mann, and number 2, Travis Oldhauser. So 4-on-4, 26-10, 8-minute quarters. And we are in the third, the possession arrow with the goal team on the held ball. Ryan taught me that. So if somebody doesn't foul but puts their hand on it, it's a held ball. So it's like having a jump ball, just switch with the possession arrow. So see, I learned something new. But the hooking, if you do foul somebody past the end line and they go down, that is a penalty as well. So again, that was a little bit of the rivalry between Chris Hall and Jesse Graham. I go, did you really hold on to it for a year? And he goes, well, funny you say that because he just posted something 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it was fresh in the mind there for Chris Hall, who played one heck of a game. A very friendly rivalry.
Absolutely. That, we talk about the vet games being fun and having a great time, and camaraderie and everything. But you know what? That's part of what does make it fun, is that little bit of a friendly rivalry of, like we were talking about last night, in basketball with Booker, Booker T, who I'll play tonight, who has let it be known that he was not too happy about, losing the initial game and not getting to the gold medal game. And he went through his first 2 games last night and just plowed through people. He put, like I said last night, he could put up 30 points if he wanted to, and he did. So, translating back to the rugby world, again, hey, the little thing that simmers throughout the year, because we can't actually make this whole, we can't actually see each other again until we get back to the next year. So I have no doubt that Chris was waiting on him for sure.
And I forgot, and you said that you saw the bantering between the branches, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I was asking, hey, which branch of the military? Which branch of the military? And for one guy, I said, so what branch of the Navy? He goes, don't you ever insult me again. Don't you? And I'm like, oh, no, I meant
branch of the Navy.
He was in the Army, and I said,
wow.
It slipped out.
That's one of those. Some guys are a little touchy
about
that.
But he was laughing with me. But let's see, it wasn't Michael Luckett on the goal team. It was, I think it may have been Paul Mann. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I just slipped and said what branch?
What branch of the Navy?
I meant branch of the military.
Well, technically the Marines are a branch of the Navy, so
Yeah, but he was in the Army.
Don't call somebody from the Army a Marine or anything like that. I listened to the commentary you were having last night with Jeff. When he said a Navy man is just a Marine who was able to pass the writing and reading test. Oh my God, that was a rough one. That was rough.
No, that's what he said about a Marine. Oh, no, Nate.
No, he said I was in the Navy, which means I was able to pass the writing and reading test. Yeah. The one I always heard about the Marines, shout out to all the Marines out there. You guys are amazing. But the one I always heard about the Marines that goes along with what Jeff said was, Marines stand for muscles are required, intelligence not essential. So God bless all the Marines out there. We love you. Mike's set me up to that. Marines. He slipped me a piece of paper. You can't see it up there, but he slipped me a piece of paper and told me to say that. No, I love the Marines.
First of all, simplify.
I love the Marines. I was an Army, so hua, but I love the Marines. I served with quite a few Marine MPs. We actually trained together in basic training, or boot camp. When we went to AIT, the Marine MPs and the Army MPs trained together, right. So I have nothing but respect. But I actually heard from my grandfather when I was 10 years old, and
That's terrible. I'm never repeating that, Marines. I will send you to Sean Castle, his website, and everything as we get another goal by the gold team, making it 28-10. But I'm laughing not at them because those are funny jokes. Like whoever comes up with those sitting around.
And I cannot repeat on air what the Marines say about the Army, which is the only reason I'm not doing it. But they have a very funny thing as well. I'll tell you off air. And if anybody's watching and wants to know, Google what the Marines say the U.S. Army stands for, and you'll figure it out pretty quickly.
Yes, we are family-oriented. PG-13, but still family-oriented.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes.
So you can Google it. Not right now. Wait till after the game, but you can Google that. But Ryan taking off, and that's one of the adjustments I was trying to talk about before we got into that was that if you're black to even get a thought of getting back into this game, Ryan Major is a phenomenal high-level player, but you've got to find somebody else out on this court who can score, who can get the ball and go. Because if they're doubling,
in the first half, he did that a lot.
Exactly, yeah. But you got to be able to find somebody else because Gold right now is a commanding lead right here. And with Ryan Lindstrom out on the court, and a number 4 here, no, it's 2 on, but number 4 when he comes back on there, they're having great games.
Yeah, Brett Smith.
Brett Smith is just having great games, and Ryan Major's doing a wonderful job. It looks like he just scored right there, but you got to get somebody else because Ryan's going to wear out before too long. Now, he's in great condition, but, I mean, if you're the only one pushing it, you know what I mean? If you're the only one who's pushing it up and down the court, he's going to wear out here, so you got to find another option. And, Ryan Lindstrom breaks. I mean, this is, Ryan's about to score again, like I was just saying. Now he's killing time.
Yep, that's what he said they like to do. Chew up the shot clock. You got 40 seconds, and then get in front of somebody. Just give you a little bump past, get past the line. You're not taking up any more time.
Don't take any more time for us.
Makes it 30-11. 5:28 left to go here in the. So have you? You made your way out to any? Did you get a chance to see the kids earlier?
I was actually a Kids Day mentor. I did basketball for Kids Day. I love it. It's my favorite day. It's my favorite day of the week.
I was saying that to Ryan, and not scary. I said some of them may have had moms or dads that served them. Maybe they wanted to get the chance, but just to see, like I said, this is inspiring. Whether, like I said to you yesterday, was the Paralympics. You talked about the War Games, which I haven't seen a lot of, but the Paralympics or any of the wheelchair games, just to see, it's inspiring. And for kids, like we were talking about yesterday, we always grow up playing sports. You're a competitor. You just want to get back out there. And like Jeff was saying, I mean, World War II, they just started. They came back there in wheelchairs. They got a hoop, and they said, let's start playing some basketball.
And that's how it happened,
but to show kids, I mean, to give them that motivation, a lot of them may have wanted to serve, and circumstances now they might not be able to. But you guys, you men and women, like I said, showing them the way that they can be a part of it. I mean, what's it like being a mentor over there?
I'll tell you, and I say this is the best part of the week, and I truly mean that. I love the competition, but we come out here, and a lot of these kids, like I had a mom come up to me, and I did the basketball mentoring, and I like to be, if anybody listened last night or they're listening now, they can kind of tell I'm very loud and boisterous, and I like getting out there and having fun with the kids.
That War Eagle comes out. I'm kidding. Okay, my last one, I'm done, because he's going to start saying bear down, and then I'm going to have a real
We're going to have an issue here, to all my. I've got friends who go to the U of A and
roll tide.
But anyway, I had a mom come up to me after the basketball thing and came up to me and said, as Liam is, so if family told me they'd be watching some of the games. So Liam, if you're out there, I had a wonderful time. But his mom came up to me and said, you know what, Liam's 10 years old and we haven't seen him smile like this since he was 4. Thank you so much for that. And I mean, the emotion that brings up in me, because it's like I'm out here getting as much from them as they are from me. They're recharging me, you know what I mean? Like to go back and do it. It means so much to the mentors, just as much as it means to the kids, and vice versa. So it is a wonderful thing they do every year. They put on an amazing event every year. And this year, I think we had 22 or 23 kids that came out. I mean, it was a wonderful, wonderful time.
And like you said last night, I mean, even though you're not alone, because like you said, when you get home, families there, people are going to be around you, but you feel alone. I mean, for a kid, and it's almost like and I bring up your alone point, Sean, because you said, you know how to do things. I mean, there's certain things, of course, now you're not going to, be able to just, pop out of bed right away, whatever. But you can still go and make a breakfast and do this. As a kid, it's like you become dependent right away, and it's like, like I said, in military, I know it's one of those things where when you look at it, it's like, I know, like you said, my infantry, my corps, they're all there to help me. And we're there to help each other, but it's like I can do it on my own. It's like, somebody, it's like, I got it, don't worry. And it's like, as a kid, it's like, you don't want to be dependent for long, but when it happens when you're young, and that's the great part about that story, long story short on my part, too late, but I mean, he smiled, but it's like, you're always dependent. It's like you have that, everybody hits a certain age, and you're like, man, I just want to be able to do this on my own.
Well, exactly, but one of the things that this does big time is you got to remember, most of these kids are younger. You're talking, everywhere from 2 to 15 you have there. And in a lot of their communities are ostracized for the fact that there's not a whole lot of other people that are like them. So when they come here and they get to see the opportunities, they get to see other guys who are living amazing lives, who are doing wonderful things, and they get to be around other kids like them, and they get to see it. I just talked to a family of a young lady named Sarah who was trying to, I said, Sarah's got ability, she's got, a talent. And they said, well, we don't know where to go. And I gave them the information. I said, here's where you go. Here's where you find the team. Get her involved, because part of being disabled is, we, like
not
I said,
wanting to be isolated.
Exactly.
It's your, like you say yesterday, it's your equipment to play a game, but you don't need to be isolated.
So especially when you're younger and you have that, in that time period, everybody knows it can be a rough time period, even more so if you have a disability. But when you come out here and you see, grown men and women doing unbelievable things, at the vet games, we get just as much from the kids as they do from us, but it's an opportunity for those kids to say, hey, just because you're in the chair, just because you have this disability, doesn't mean you can't live an amazing full life and go to college and do. And that's one of the other things I was telling all the kids and their families. They can go to college, they can play collegiate adaptive athletics. I mean, you can have a full life, and in kids' days like this is a lot of the parents don't know.
Exactly.
Don't know where to turn, don't know that this stuff
because
exists.
People say, and I always say, 50% of the battle is knowing. To me, no, it's 90%, because once you get there, everything else, a few little speed bumps you might have to get through, whatever, but 90% is just knowing where to go. And speaking of knowing where to go, we've seen some goals finally. I don't know what it's about you bringing scoring dress. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. 32. No, I'm not picking on your game. I'm saying that both games yesterday had that point. Look at that.
Yeah, that was good.
Number 11, that is Jay Holt. But your game, and even the first game, and then when you came on, there was like that 6-minute drought in the second half.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Well, that's, again, like I was saying last night, and again with this, you have tired arms out there. You've got guys, and I'm pretty sure this is the second game for both teams. You have guys that, tired arms, and a lot of them that play clubs, or some that don't play as much as, you need against guys like Ryan Lindstrom and Ryan Major and Noah and, Brad. And, these are guys that can push hard. But that's where you end up having the scoring drought is even the guys that are high level, their arms start to get a little tired after you play 2 games, and you start to get a little worn down. And plus you've got a big lead.
And you just said that, sorry, but look at the triple team. I mean, Ryan Major saying he's doing everything. He's going to command a lot of attention. But Noah Courier is wide open if they can get him the ball. Oh, and
it's rolling. Get there, Ryan.
Ryan Major's trying to get. I thought it may have got deflected.
Oh, did that stay in? Oh, it stayed in. Oh.
Look at that. Nice hustle by Ryan. What a play. Now you can see why he's going to that national level and why him and Ryan Lindstrom will not be on the same team.
Exactly.
Might be a teeny bit unfair. I mean, Noah Courier scored that goal. He just came in off the bench before. And again, the open Oscar Mike. I'm going to have to check that out. That is so awesome.
Yeah, Oscar Mike, OscarMike.com. Check it out. They've got
T-shirts and hats. If I carry your luggage, I mean, you could bring me a shirt. And I could
well, you know what? If you want a shirt, I've got about 5 of them.
I'm not going to take your shirt.
No, I did. I actually did a photo shoot for Oscar Mike and the PBA, and they gave me a bunch of shirts as part of the photo shoot. So I would actually be honored if you'd wear one around, pass the word around. Listen, I'm not an employee of Oscar Mike. I have none of that to do with this, but I'm very.
Man, I'll have to catch up with Noah and talk more about that because that's awesome.
Noah, and like I said, his friend who says he's running around here, and Ryan Lindstrom and Ryan Major, and I think Chris is actually part of it. Chris Hall and all those guys, are Oscar Mike, and they do amazing things, especially in the depth
going
sports
to Columbia. I mean, again, when it all starts, and again, like you said, I mean, for a kid, I mean, the whole point is it is kind of a bummer. I mean, you wake up one day and you're like. And I have a friend that's been through it, and you wake up some days, and I mean, everybody has some days are just better, and you wake up and you're like, man, it's just. But as a kid, like I said, to see you guys, it's awesome.
And actually, if you look over here, you see the coach on the black team. He is wearing one of the Oscar Mike T-shirts.
I love that
He's wearing
shirt.
the big Uncle
awesome.
Sam
Uncle
Oscar
Sam
Mike
shirt.
T-shirt. If anybody's watching, that's one of their best shirts. I love that shirt.
32-14, 2:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Gold team leading, but Team Black's had a little bit more of an answer. And this man, I mean, Brett's, pardon me, that's, team goal. That was Brett Smith that has had the big game. And when now that Ryan's getting the ball, look at this. Come on, he's hitting the break in the third quarter. Took the penalty to get the last minute of the second half off. I mean, man.
Getting a little chippy, though. You're getting a little chippy between the teams over there.
You see number 10, Sheldon Lane in. So Sheldon Lane, number 10 for gold. Number 2 is Travis Oldhauser. Number 4, like I said, Brett Smith. And at number 3, Michael Luckett.
Good backdoor move by Ryan Major there. Good
gets
backdoor.
The ball and goes in. So Ryan Major on the court for Team Black. Also, number 5 is Jose Ortiz Pizarro. And number 2, like we were talking about, Noah Courier. And number 13, Sua, Sean's best friend.
Sua, yeah.
Sua Tui. He's well, ball's stuck, but look at the wow, look at the hustle there. And Brett Smith and get the whistle.
And that's the other thing, if people are watching, like it may not be able to see from our perspective, but you could see down there, his hands are down by his side guards. His Tua is just slamming into it.
And Mason Simmons, actually, he got, and Ryan said it, Ryan Lindstrom said it's very rare to see, but that happened to Mason Simmons in the last. He was getting the ball, and he was shaking it off. It happened right before halftime. He was kind of leaning over, and then halftime was coming up. But I was like, that doesn't feel good.
Tough it out with a broken hand, And see, they're doubling. Yeah, they're doubling on.
Knock the ball away to Noah Courier, but it goes out.
In wheelchair basketball, we call that hawking the weak. And what they're actually doing is they're finding the player that they think has the least, strength in their hands, and they're doubling down to try and rip that ball back out of there close to their own goal line, get a couple quick goals, get back in here before we get to the final quarter.
Yeah, like I said, they'd rather knock it out and have it, and hopefully they'd rather knock it out and get possession, because again, if it's a held ball, again,
exactly,
like then they have to.
Depending on which way possession's going, absolutely.
Rotating possession.
And this is a great time for Black to get some goals, because Ryan Lindstrom is over on the bench right now getting a breather while they're getting a couple of their guys get their minutes in, and they need it. So this is the point where Black needs to attack and just start running up the goals as fast as they can while he's on the bench.
Look at Ryan Major. The Pickers helping him out. Yeah. Sua, I'm going to say it right again for the third time. Tui Malalea Li'ifano. And I am done.
That broadcast school really paid off.
Here he goes. Yeah, maybe one day they'll catch up in Tuscaloosa.
Oh, yeah. 16 national titles. Anyway.
So when are you inviting me to France, man? Why don't you give me a gig there?
You were more than welcome to come over and be my personal color guy, but you're going to have to
play-by-play guy.
Play-by. Oh, you're going to have to. Apologies. You're going to have to come be my play-by-play guy, but you're going to have to. Oh, if Ryan scores.
No, the English version, because you're going to have to do it in different language, so they can have a French broadcast and an English broadcast.
Well, you're just going to have to learn some French or get you a Google Translate app or something,
I know some people out there are getting a good laugh from you saying that, which I will explain off air. That being said, it is 32-17 now, and you said they needed to make a run, and they are doing it.
They're pulling it back here. And now you've got Brett as basically the only real big ball handler out there, and see, now they're trying to hold. And Ryan's gonna jump. Yeah, there we go.
Nice passes. Sheldon Lane took it in. Nice job there by Sheldon talking to him, Navy man. I did not say to him what branch of the Navy you're in, because he would have appreciated that. But I said, what branch of the Navy? I just meant to say, what branch of the military?
Yeah.
Of course, I say it to an Army guy. Although I guess if I would have said it to a Marine guy, somebody would have think that I was setting them up for a joke.
Setting them up for a joke, yeah. What department of the Navy? Yeah. Ooh, that's rough.
Even play-by-play guys have their moments. That's all I'm going to say. But
there it is. See, Ryan's using his speed. There it is. You got to start racking these points up. There we go.
Like you said, a double amputee.
Double amputee.
Let me ask you this. Okay, but being quad, but you still have use of your arms, though. Excuse me. That's what kind of loses me on the classification process.
What it means is that you have some loss of use in all 4 limbs.
So
all 4 limbs. That's what quadriplegia means. You can actually see what are known as walking quads, which they have loss of feeling in parts of their legs and their arms, which they're still able to actually walk with assistance. It's known as a walking quad.
I got it.
So it doesn't mean that you completely lose everything, you know what I mean? But it means you have some function loss in all 4 limbs, and that's what you have to play wheelchair rugby, or at least that's.
So that's why the coaches are. like your hands are numb, right?
Exactly, going, you got a little loss of feeling, nerve damage over there, Sean, huh?
Coach is always coaching at anything.
I'm sure there's a coach out there going, Sean, did you have a little hit in your wrist there, nerve damage, don't you? No, I'm fine, Coach. Keep on moving.
Ooh, and a little collision there between
let's see if Brian can get up in front of it.
Brett
Let's
Smith.
See it. Ooh, yeah, too far out front.
Yeah, Brett Smith, man, he has had a heck of a game as well. Gets across the line, making it 33 to 18. They've made a little bit of a run. Ryan Lindstrom has been on the bench, but I'm thinking he's only there for about 46.7 seconds more because he'll be back in the fourth quarter. As now Ryan Major with the ball and Noah Courier.
Noah's
on the move. Yes, nice pick there.
Ooh,
trying to stay in bounds. Ooh, and they get it forward.
Get it to 2.
Oh, he stays in. And I did learn from Ryan. I don't know if he called timeout because if they force him out of bounds, it's turnover. Because you have to. And I said, oh, come on, that's kind of like. But when I said it, I was like, no, actually, that's not hard because you need to have awareness on the court, and you can also turn back in and get away. So. And
that's another big difference between wheelchair rugby and basketball is that if you try to force someone out of bounds in wheelchair basketball, obviously that's a foul on you. You can't, you can't do that. You can't back in. You can't push your chair like that. But that's an advantage you have in wheelchair rugby that you can, if someone's near that line, like watch Ryan here, try and push him out of bounds. Great strategy.
He couldn't hold the ball, but he held him pinned there. So either way,
he was going to be pushed out either way.
Well, 28 seconds. The 40-second shot clock is off. So Team Black will see if they can get one more goal. Noah Courier coming down again, starting up the Oscar Mike. And you said OscarMike.com?
OscarMike.com.
Put that on my Facebook page. You must be on Facebook. I guess I can.
Yeah.
I'll have to. Whatever. I'll friend request you. I mean, I'm an equal opportunity friend in Roll Tide.
I don't.
But if you start posting all this junk down my timeline,
I don't do anything like that. But you may get a bear down every once in a while.
Well, you're gonna have. I might have to send some Eagles. And look at that. 13 seconds left, and Sua T goes across the line, making it 33 to 19. Yeah.
Doing the little. You see him out there doing the little. Showing up a little bit. I got you. But see, again, the hawk the week right there. They're trying to make sure that they have to get it to Brett, and then Ryan intercepts the pass. Yeah.
Look at that. He'll go straight through. Making a run. And Ryan Lindstrom said if you're down by more than 10 going into the fourth, it's tough. Well, they just made it 13 with 10 seconds left, and the ball has to.
They have to. It's like basketball.
Yeah,
someone's got to touch it.
If it goes out now. Oh, and look at trying to get there, and can he get it? Oh, goes out. So it'll be an inbounds for Team Black. But yes, and I said, it wouldn't be there, but since nobody touched it, it goes back to the original spot. Yeah. So the things
looks like they're going to bring Noah in to toss this in real quick.
Yeah, Noah Curry's been taking the throw-ins. Again, you are checking us out on wheelchairgames.org. 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games.
See ya.
Quad Rugby and Ryan.
See it.
Thought he had his teammate, and as time expires, trying to get a goal, but 33 to 20 is the score at the end of the third. But Team Black making a little bit of a run. We'll see if they can keep the momentum going, or will Team Gold just be able to hold on to the lead? Find out more. We'll have the fourth quarter coming up here in 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games. And back here, the 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games and Quad Rugby is being brought to you in part by our friends at General Electric, GE, hanging out, making sure we can have some awesome, awesome games. And right here, we're in their own backyard in Cincinnati, Procter & Gamble, P&G, proud sponsors of Quad Rugby. And, well, we start the fourth quarter, and just like that, weird, on a break is Brett Smith, and he gets a goal.
Yeah, but you had to quickly see what the change was right there. They had Ryan back in the game, Ryan Lindstrom back in the game, and Ryan can make those passes. He's got that range and he's got that accuracy. So, like I said, he's deadly out there if he has somebody to throw it to. And on this team, he definitely does.
Yeah, so along with Smith, Ryan Lindstrom back on the court, along with Sheldon Lane and number 12, Michael Montherville. For Team Black, we have number 5, that's Jose Ortiz Pizarro. Also have number 2 is Noah Courier, number 4 Ryan Major, and 00 Alonzo Burnett. 34-20 the score as Gold inbounding is now Lindstrom has the ball, gets it over to Smith.
And they've locked Ryan in the corner, which is a good strategy, but the problem is, yeah, right there. You've got speed out on the other side, which is tough. It's tough to handle when you're going, 2-1 on the other side when you've doubled him up. So,
well, and he said that's a strategy you have to take. You want to lock up the best play. He was talking about it in the last match. I said, I know why you wanted to broadcast, just like Sean. You wanted to get a scouting report
do
because
some scouting,
you're playing with a different. You want to get scouting in the first. He's like, oh, I know a lot of these guys. But at the level he plays at, and we were talking about, I know he knows quite a few of them, like you alluded to as well, Sean. But, yeah, it's pretty funny. So, yeah, he's Sean Castle. No, not of the ilk fame of the TV show, which hopefully one day he does start watching because Beckett is a great reason to watch.
Listen, as soon as they cast me, I will watch the show. If anybody out there is watching, you want to cast me, Sean Castle, hit me up Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole 9. I will listen to any enticing offers.
And everybody on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, start making I don't even know if the show.
Remember, anybody watching, hashtag NVWG. Watch the game, tag that out. Everybody, big-time people that were tagging that sent videos. President Bush sent videos, and, Josh sent videos. And, we've had a lot of celebrities come through, a lot of good stuff. Casey Affleck, the whole 9. So anybody check that out or anybody watching, check out hashtag NVWG, National Veterans Wheelchair Games. Hit us up on, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all over. It's blowing up.
Well, and I hashtagged a few. When I posted some stuff yesterday, I'm like, oh, yeah, hashtag. Got to do that.
Got a hashtag
Facebook
NVWG,
Live.
yeah.
Yeah, Dave and I it's the first 2 times I've done Facebook Live. And we you know what annoys me about Facebook Live while we have a minute here? 37-20 the score. Team Gold up as we're waiting for Noah Curry to send it in. Is that so if I like something or a bunch of people like, you could just click on the likes and see who liked it, right?
Yeah.
But on views for Facebook Live, you can't see who viewed it.
I have no idea who viewed it. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to – I was kidding around. I'm like, I'm going to take Facebook down. They're going to adjust their way from me.
You need to go hit up Mark Zuckerberg and see how that works out for you.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So, listen. I mean, come on. A little collision there going out of bounds. As trying to run that down was Alonzo Burnett. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be gold ball. Sheldon Lane will take it in. But, yeah, so, I mean, you're playing the hoops. You're getting to go to France. That's very cool. Again, like I said, the English – they want the English broadcast part, multi-broadcast. They're blowing it up.
If they
might know somebody,
I know somebody. If they want the English translation play-by-play,
you get me that job and they're paying, I might even show out one time in a Bama shirt.
Oh,
Bama, and you can take a picture of it, whatever.
But here's the thing: I don't know if they can match what you're already getting at your day job over there.
Please.
You may have to sleep on a couch or something.
They can match it. I'm sure. Hey, believe me,
you may have to sleep on a couch.
We're in Europe, sleeping on a couch. That's cool.
In the south of France, sleeping on a couch. Yeah, but is Ryan pushing it up a little?
Knocked it out, but goes out of bounds. As you said, I mean, for Ryan Major to have parts of his fingers too, like you said.
If you look, you can see his gloves. 2 of the fingers are just, they're flapped down, and then he's got the 2 main fingers here. So if you watch, it's basically, you say pitchforks up, and with no joking around. But with him, you can actually see it almost looks like that, and he hooks when he pushes. So he's hooking around the side of the rim with those fingers, and he is getting unbelievable, propelling himself forward.
Yeah,
it's amazing, And if you ever shake hands with Ryan, it's great. He is one of the strongest grips I've ever seen seen. It's ridiculous. You know, I'm kind of embarrassed, but, you know, and I go, ooh, all right, a little bit loosen up there. a little bit loosen up. You don't have to prove a point, Ryan. We get it. But no, he's great to watch. And again, with Ryan Lindstrom watching, you know, he's a complete quad. So the things he can do are amazing. But again, I was talking about Ryan's not quite as fast, but again, his passing, his ability to see the court, just like in basketball, to see the vision of the court and then make those long snap passes is just, it's ridiculous. It's on another level he's shown today.
Right, and for Ryan Major, this is being his second Veterans Games.
Yeah, his second Games, yeah. Ryan's come far real quick. You know, I'm sure, you know, he's told you know, he's only been in the sporting world a few years, and he's gone from 0 to 100. You know, hate to quote Drake, but 0 to 100 real quick. And he's one of the guys on the rise headed toward that USA level, but he's also one of the guys, you know, a lot of the people that watching the games, you got to understand the guys that are at a higher level, doesn't mean that, you know, that they're just naturally so much better. These are also guys who take a lot of time away from the games, preparing and doing work day in and day out to be, you know, high level at what they're doing. So wheelchair rugby, and that's a great battle.
Lindstrom and Major and coming over to help him out. Nice pass to Noah Courier. And coming over for Team Gold, we saw Michael Montherville. Great job helping out there, but the pass to Courier, and well, now that makes it 38-22. So yeah, with Lindstrom on the court, get to expand their lead, and now the bounce pass comes right over to Smith. Yep,
he's gone.
Wow, look at Brett Smith.
And that's the problem with doubling Ryan when he has somebody with that kind of speed to pass to. It's tough for Black. The only thing that I could say is, you know, kind of in play almost a little bit of a basketball strategy. If you're going to double Ryan Lindstrom, then you have to have a safety back. You have to have a safety back to stop that long outlet pass. And if you don't, Brett's got the speed to blow past anybody else out there. So.
And now we see Jay Holt coming up the court. This is actually his, again, first time playing rugby.
He's doing a good job, definitely. Yeah, for his first time, he's definitely doing a good job. Ooh, you see that little spin pass? Yeah. Like I said, he's got the passing ability for sure.
Makes it 40-22. And, yeah, for Jay Holt, again, the collision there and loses the ball, and he was right there for the defense. They had Ryan Lindstrom pinned in, but you said, Sean, the spin pass, and now Ryan Major out in front. Trying to get going. Ooh, Noah Courier's in front of him. He got pinched by his own player there.
Yep. Ryan, number 10 there, kind of turned when he kind of spun back around to get in front of the chair, and when he did, he knocked Ryan out of the way and gave Ryan Major a clear shot straight in.
So 40-23 the score. 4.5 left to go now. As Gold will inbound, almost a turnover, but scooping it back up, Sheldon Lane, and then it ends up going out. Team Black will have possession. Well, down by 17, it would take an effort here. And it's not like basketball because, if you foul, you end up in the penalty box, so you can't employ the foul strategy.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's taken out of your hands. How do you slow the game down in wheelchair rugby? That's one of those things that the higher-level guys kind of know how to do. And kind of, if you get a lead, you can protect it a little bit easier.
Use the shot clock for as long as possible. You still have to score now, but you use the shot clock.
Yeah, you can protect it a little bit easier in wheelchair rugby than you could in basketball. But it's not undoable, but they're going to, right there, they're going to have to start racking up some points.
Ryan Major gets the goal right there, making it 40-24.
See, as you can see, he's already made the leak, and there's nobody back to stop him if he makes that pass. Yep. If you're going to press up, you've got to have somebody back in safety.
And Brett Smith does it again.
That's just going to be easy money. And and I know they're trying to press up to come back, but if you're going to press up like that, you got to do the 3-1 strategy where you're pressing up, and then there's got to be somebody to stop that leak because they're just going to keep leaking. And Ryan can make that pass quarter way down the court, over their heads. And in wheelchair rugby, that is a good long, that is a long throw, and he can make it.
Ooh, gets it to Ryan Major. Oh, and look at that. Gets it to Noah Courier. And they get across half court in. No problem at all there. Courier drops it back off to Jay Holt. Holt again, going away from the defense, trying to get help from his team. Had a chance to hit Courier. Now again, a little collision there. And Holt trying to pick it up. And look at Smith coming out, but they get it to Noah Courier. And had a chance to maybe back in, but look at that. Gets back to Holt, and Holt, he's able to get away from Smith, and he'll go across. Well, he definitely earned that goal.
Yeah, he's been
major
working.
Part of the play, and Ryan Major helping him out there, kind of creating some traffic.
And that's great to see from somebody who's first playing the game, especially here at these games. That's great to see. Not only he gets in the game, he gets the experience, but he gets to score a couple goals and kind of go, you know what I mean? Like, give him a little motivation to get back out there as he gets home.
Well,
he got escorted in.
Again. Yep.
Yeah.
Got the escort. Nice job by Michael Montherville again. Army compadre of yours.
Army, absolutely.
That's the branch of the armed forces he's in, not the branch of the Navy. Because according to me, I guess everybody's in a branch of the Navy.
Apparently, everybody's in the Department of the Navy. Yeah. Oh, what a tragedy that would be.
Oh no! I was not trying to set it. All right.
I don't know if you're watching, but Jeff DeLeon, that was for you.
42-25, under 3 minutes now.
Yeah, they're just going to milk here. There's no point.
Nice pass there by Sheldon Lane, and Ryan will go across the goal line, making it 43-25. 2:44 left to go, and they give it to Jay Holt again. See if he can use his speed. Good job by Jay. And your first.
Ryan trying to get down there to get them the escort in. Ooh.
Well, now Ryan Major gets a little bit of an escort. Look at that. Oh, how did he get through there? And he gets the goal.
He got skinny quick.
That's a perfect way to put it. Got skinny very quick.
And see, and that's the other thing that I like to see. They're still trying. They're still pushing. Nobody on this black team has given up. Nobody's, head is down. They're still doing work.
And to piggyback off that, like we talked about, I mean, getting the chemistry down, it takes a little bit. You can have it. Everybody knows what they need to do as Mr. Lindstrom goes in there. Everybody knows, what they need to do, what they might need to do, but not playing with some people and understand, no, let me get here. I get over here, you can go. And
that's where the mix of the novice and the experience comes into play here big time. Is some of the times, you could have a really good team, as Ryan's about to run in again. Some of the times you could have a really good team, but it takes, it could take a quarter, it could take a half, it could take a whole game to find that rhythm, because you're put together, like I was talking about last night, about 30 minutes before the game starts. Right. You find out whose team you're on, and you go, oh, okay, and then you kind of go, oh, well, I do this well. But again, so you get on the court and you kind of feel out, your teammates and what can they really do. Then you kind of gel in, and you could see the gold is absolutely, gelling for sure. They've got options. I don't know. I don't know if they won their first game or not, but they definitely look like someone who could contend for a medal, if not the gold, for sure.
If gold.
This is their first game?
Yeah, from Wednesday, yeah.
Okay,
first
game.
Then Gray won the first game. Gray did it. Wait, I got to go back. Gray won the first game.
Yeah, and they got Mason Simmons on there. Yeah, they definitely.
Yeah, Gray won the first game.
And they got Chris
over Team Red, and now again Team Gold taking on Team Black. So
as I'm looking at this, gold's got to be one of the gold has got to be one of the favorites to win the gold. Not to bounce back and forth with it, but they've got to be one of the favorites, especially with Ryan. You got Brett that's doing real good work, and number 12 out here I'm really impressed with him because he keeps doing that little dirty seal where he's doing the dirty work to let Ryan slide right by him. He's sacrificing himself to get the points in. And man, if you've got that clicking before you head to the gold medal game, they're going to be tough to beat.
Right.
They're going to be real tough to beat.
As Ryan Major goes across the goal line again. And with 1:05 left to go, I still have the shot clock. Ooh, well, we'll see if Brett Smith can get there. Oh, Ryan Major, look at that, cutting him off.
And look at that, even with a minute left. Again, down 18 points with a minute left. Ryan's still going down there doing work.
Yesterday, people say in just all the time, I mean, it is never quit for when you guys start, like you said, the whole breaking down to build back up, whether it's boot camp, but it's never quit.
Well, you were talking about it last night. You were talking about the first Transformers movie. And you said,
I would give him what he wants. These guys, they're trained not to lose.
They're trained not to lose. So even to the very last second, you're going to see that. These guys are trained not to lose. So even though he may, go down in defeat here, he's not going to lose, meaning he's still going to play every single second of this. Yeah, exactly.
Makes it 46-29.
And actually, if anybody, may be watching this locally and thinking about coming down, if you get a chance to talk to Ryan, Ryan is one of the nicest human beings I've ever met in my life, one of the nicest gentlemen you'll ever meet. So if you get a chance to meet him or Ryan or Tui or any of the guys, come down.
Ryan, are you saying Ryan Major or
Ryan Major. Well, Ryan Lindstrom's his own beast. No, Ryan's a wonderful guy, but I was just talking about Ryan Major. So Ryan Major, but also Ryan Lindstrom, absolutely.
And a goal right there. Sorry, Sean. A goal right there, and that is number 3. I want to say it is his first goal of the game for Michael Luckett.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see that because he's been out here pushing really hard. Black was focusing on him a little bit. Ooh, it was Ryan intercepts the pass. Ryan Lindstrom intercepts the pass. But they were focusing in on him for a little bit, so I'm glad to see he finally, got the goal in from the hard work paying off.
And they're just going to, not let him get anywhere, but no shot clock. He can just let the time run out, and that will be the final 47 to 29. Throws it down low. Oh, no goal. It was at 0. Is trying to get him a goal, trying to get Sheldon Lane the goal, because he did set quite a few picks in the game for these guys.
He did.
Again,
well, they've got guys out there, 10 and 12, definitely doing good work, setting doing the dirty work, as I like to say, doing the dirty work to get him to win.
Well, like Sean said, wheelchairgames.org. You can check it out if you're watching. And again, and I mentioned it throughout the first game, and not much here in the second, but if you're out here locally, again, you come out. It's free to come out and check all these games out. So why not? Have some fun. You'll see what they do, and I'm with you on the rugby. I do want to get out there to run these guys over that have no experience and not get out there with these guys.
Get out there and lay somebody out. I see what you're doing.
Exactly. But, again, the 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games Quad Rugby has been brought to you in part by GE, General Electric, proud partner of the Veterans Wheelchair Games, and our friends at Procter & Gamble, P&G. So I definitely got to thank Mr. Sean Castle for coming in because, again, and Chris Hall, I mentioned him, so if you were like, oh, where'd Chris go? Well, again, maybe he had to get a little bit of treatment because you saw the game he played. It was insanely physical and insane. It was an awesome game, as was this one. Well, that'll wrap it up for our stream here today. But, again, a lot going on. You can check out the packages that Tim and the boys are doing. Arturo's editing, Brandon and Joey getting great shots as well. But that will wrap it up for us. So for Mike, Dave, and the rest of the awesome crew, we are out of here, but we'll check you out early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., 5 a.m. on the West Coast. We'll be here from the 37th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games here in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio.